Alright, hi everybody, Weather Guy here, and we're back with some more Elysium. Hope you're doing great. I am not sure what we're going to do next, so how about we just look at our task and we decide something, you know? Gotta find an armor piece, prove our authority. What if we just try to prove our authority real quick? What harm could that do? Seems reasonable. It's weird because I did this. Huh. Okay. Let's go back into the whirling in rags. Just to talk to those little jerks again. You know? See how that goes. I'm assuming they're still in here. We'll see. Hello. You
Looks
will
like
respect my authority.
The circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
You have anything new to talk about with them? Scan the room. The merc you hanged, his friends are coming for you.
Yeah, by friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Guess they are forming some kind of tribunal and they're coming for you.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole
Who's Glenn?
district behind us. And
Love that we have our
Glenn.
flashlight in his face.
Yeah, a well-oiled murder machine.
They're armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ester 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
See what that they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
Takes a sip of beer to bite his time, then tries to get the last word.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
This criminal is bad news, you know that, right?
So are the local gangs, the fucking Barmy Army, and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
Joyce said they'd gone rogue, nobody's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
They're gonna wipe you the fuck out.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy. No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
We got low on this. We try it?
Establish authority. Yes.
Oh, no.
Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Oh no. That's it? That's all I
Did
got?
you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
I need Kim and his gun here for my demonstration.
The fuck are you talking about? Gun? No one's gonna let you wave a gun around here.
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong, all the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, fascia. People here trust us.
I haven't said anything racist.
Of course you have. You've been calling
No, we haven't.
tip left and right, inciting race violence in my town.
Charlie said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means. Trying to get the kips out of Revachol before the economy goes to shit.
Some foreigner. That's a lie. There's no race rally.
Sure there is. Carly said they're bulk purchasing confetti. Ribbons, too. And loudspeakers. And fireworks. Carly works at the carnival shop, you see?
Get the fuck out of here, you racist.
We're not
party.
racist.
There'll be no race rally in my town.
What's going on? Are you racist now?
No.
Is the rally real? Please don't set up any rally. It will make you look awful.
Yes, it will. Alright. Leave it alone. That did not go well at all. That went about as terribly as it could go. Alright. Let's see if this guy will tell us how to get to that door.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod.
You know what's behind the door?
Your presence. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind
So
that
true.
door.
You got some impressive
He
pots.
smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted
Stay
dishes
masculine.
boiling and simmering on the stove. You see a heavy steel.
Alright. Let's ask Everett. Let's ask not Everett, but this jerk. What's his name?
Can I help you?
Arte. Another thing.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
So the phone line's dead.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there was foul play?
I told you that.
I know.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
What's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably.
Oh.
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt. I love that.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think he'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Something else I want to ask about.
Yes?
Goodbye. Oh yeah, it's breakthrough
Finger
time.
pistol, 9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual
I love this.
9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had, it would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual
So
weapon
silly.
in a gunfight.
+1 reaction speed. Safety's always off. Empty hand slots give +1 suggestion. Ooh. So in that case, let's keep our hand slots empty until we need them, huh? Like so. Oh, we can drink this. Because this is one of our tasks, is to drink something.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol.
Look at the bottle.
Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open.
Open it.
There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective.
Take Take a sip.
A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess.
Oh, we leveled
So
up.
does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
In
Yeah.
the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and
Okay.
shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale.
This is
And
good.
remember,
From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
Okay. So let's do our level up. I think now's the time to level up our authority slightly. Boom. Wait, hang on. Okay, never mind. I saw the revert thing. We're gonna try this again.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Actually, hang on. Oh, didn't mean to do that. 17% is pretty good. I'm gonna take off now. I wanna look at my clothes real quick to see if I have anything that gives authority or is taking authority away or anything like that. So, clothes. Nothing. 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 Can't believe we don't have a hat. So nothing for authority yet. Let's look at clothes. Anything here give authority? No. No, no, no. Okay, let's try.
Looks like the circus left town,
I know.
but the clowns are still here.
We're gonna try. 17%, it's getting better.
This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the first bad option.
Stop shitting the law.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
Maybe everybody's been lying. You're not the law, I'm the law.
God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs!
Sounds like someone's damn broke.
They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
This doesn't concern you.
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight.
This guy's so chill sometimes.
It's embarrassing.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Window. Anything else in here to interact with? Guess not. Let me double check that I can't try again.
Looks like the circus left town.
I'm assuming I
The clowns
can't.
are still here.
Yeah, we have to level up authority again, then we'll get another attempt. Okay. That is what it is. Let's put our tasks. Find an armor piece. No. Oh yeah, let's go talk to Kuno, because Kuno lied to us about Mignana. That'll be fun. We'll give him the business. Let's do stuff to level up our XP and it's still... Oh, we can look at these again too, I think.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Sitting at a desk, Lieutenant Kitsuragi fiddles with a pen, then writes something on the paper in front of him. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be here discussing the footprints.
So true. Alright, let's talk to Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I talked to Mignana about the armor.
So?
Told me you promised to sick the pigs on him.
Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno's so annoying.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig, Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I'll remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Let's discuss the body
fuck
again.
About it.
Anyone suspicious?
Just a lone pig trying to sugar.
All
Yeah,
right.
you tell the faggoty Kuno.
Okay.
You're
Get lost.
Okay.
Kuno.
Hate these guys. They're the worst.
The trash container. The smell of rotten food rises.
Double
to
check in
greet
here
you.
one more time.
You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna... Let's search the
It's
food
just
waste.
organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny.
Check it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes.
What is this?
You asking me now? It's some shit copper. How should I know?
Hey, maybe it's your paperwork, officer.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
Sick.
Go to your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That was nothing like a muffled gong. Alright, so let's interact with this.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Gross.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Hold on, what do you mean a metaphor for me?
Face the desolation. This is your ledger. You're a cop, and it's your official ledger. In your hand, and it stinks like you, too. And looks like you.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet. The toilet paper
XP.
peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila. The ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run our finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be
so
low
focused on this
visibility
game,
outside the
just
right
listening.
circumstances.
There isn't much room for commentary, I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm just on along for the ride like you guys are. What is this?
To be honest, you have little to no idea. You're dumb.
Hurtful.
And alone. Somewhere, not here. The helpful Lieutenant Kitsuragi is making notes in his blue notebook. He tilts it ever so slightly. A glowing rectangle catches the light.
We have so much to
He
talk
could
to Kim
advise you
about.
with this. The next moment, a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand.
Let's look at the white
It's a sorry
papers.
sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate. due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
It's a lot of cases.
What do you mean? Is that all?
How much is that? 2 new cases a week?
A lot. A little. You have no idea. This
shouldn't have a naming convention here?
Yes. It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even.
Like
one
Disco
that draws
Elysium.
inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my god, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Where?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you?
Athlete.
Wish there was one in there about a drug then. You love those. Gets the blood pumping. No, you don't. You're a human measuring instrument. Almost entirely intellectual.
So true.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case
There's so
files
much dialogue.
together, but it can be done.
I'm
Once you're
inspecting
done,
these.
you don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene.
Wait, what is HDB 41?
41 is your precinct.
What is HDB? That's my
Safe
name.
to say,
Harry D.
those are
Dubois.
the initials of the officer responsible for the case.
Yeah.
Your initials. Harry Dubois, HDB.
Neat.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove
There's so much
the bump.
flavor in this game
You and
and
your
world
partner
building,
are
you
assigned
know?
to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever found who came up with
The
it?
case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite.
I don't know what a
organized
plebiscite
by
is.
you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot
Keep
of
the mural.
staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
Middle human
If
nature.
anyone asks you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger,
Yeah.
what do you want to tackle next?
So I guess if
Or are
we
we
read
done?
all these, we'll get some XP, so let's do that. We need XP.
AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the
Unsolvable.
property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk.
Okay.
Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypass
Jesus.
and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can we just keep them off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are
60
on the
XP
corner of
away
Main
still.
Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out.
That's crazy.
The Zemyaki.
These people are just obsessed with exposing themselves and trashing places.
Rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street.
Public
Because
indecency.
There they are. Good. You're learning. If the files are to be trusted,
We're
that's
reading.
all there is to it.
I was paying attention.
That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind.
We wrote all this
potent
down.
Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it. But
These cases are
unable
long.
to do so. The officer began to cry,
That's okay.
reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Jesus.
Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on
We
the
solved it.
indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaint stops.
Just solved by beating the crap out of
unsolvable
Burke.
case is, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing.
Okay.
The end. Do you want to read another one?
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
What?
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet.
A serial killer.
And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? One day you may still
That was a
catch
short
the
one.
man with the square gun.
The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool.
They look like jerks.
Insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst.
So true.
So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it is. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual.
I'm so glad we found this ledger, though. We might have some
butts,
useful stuff.
Coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch asshole.
Last one.
You have a real job to do.
Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Oh.
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right on with
Joseph
the murder.
Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills.
We're definitely
Mills
going over
didn't
time a
get
bit
off the
today,
pot.
but that's okay.
Not yet.
We're reading
He
about
kept
these
at it
cases.
for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough
Hookah?
case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was he a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really.
Oh no, I
really.
hate jokes
Still,
like that.
He'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into
Wow,
it.
we've
Here's the
stood
thing.
here like all
A
day.
young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Really cool.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking
probably
on his
just
watermelon hookah
hit his
all
head.
morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until
he just
15:45. Then bam.
got too high
he's
or
dead
something and
on the
lost
floor with
consciousness
his
and
skull
busted his
busted.
head.
Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table.
Yeah.
Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
Sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
Must have sucked a lot of it.
He liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
What was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear?
Yeah.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Yellow
But
papers.
in the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the
This is
bottommost
good.
are field
You've heard these types of forms mentioned
People
too.
don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct
A
fine.
monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the field.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station.
It's basically getting
Below
called
the
to court.
Are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
Nice. Field autopsy.
Pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a
We
deceased
saw Kim
human
fill this
form.
out.
Wait, yes. All that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much
Look at the
worse.
clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Check the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there?
This was mentioned before that it was jammed.
And something small inside, light, made
Bet
of
it's
paper
cigarettes.
or cardboard, or dried flowers, perhaps. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You can. There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed
Open
to
it.
the top of the board. The two sides of the board appear
Easy.
slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee, slowly, the slides snap back into place. It
Slide
should
it
be
open.
possible to just, without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Ticket
2
stubs.
octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the
To a
colored pencil
zoo.
drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East.
Jesus.
The aquarium costs extra.
Pick up the
These
card.
thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You
Open
see
it.
violet flower. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card.
Oh no.
Looped, round letters. In a young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins.
Oh,
You're
no.
already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Well, make me happy. Keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe
This
I
is
met
such a
you.
sweet letter.
I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Keep reading.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the
Getting
air
dark.
sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
All sideways. We just die. What is this? What is going on here?
There is nothing. Again.
What is going on? Nothing.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just blackout.
Just lie there passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
Smelled so nice.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
My name's Harry.
Your name,
which we know,
is fuck all.
It certainly ain't Harry.
What is it?
Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
Alright, let's just lay here.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes. They're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Kim. Things like slowly coming back into color.
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat.
Kim's the
lieutenant
best.
Pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past.
That does sometimes happen.
Ledger of failure and hatred.
I found this next to you. I'll tag along for the rest of the day if you don't mind. My business is concluded anyway. Are you okay to go?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses.
Okay.
Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
That thing was really hidden. Okay. So later we can ask Kim maybe more about it, but right now, it's time to go. That, stressful. We're learning more about our past though. We had a lovely lady in our lives, and I'm guessing something bad happened that we don't know exactly yet. But it seems like we hate ourselves for it, so I don't know. We'll see. Making a lot of good progress, so I'm glad we're with Kim again too, so that's super nice. Yeah, that's all I got though. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.